Well, alrighty then. You're listening to the Knights of the Round Table at www.shazizradio.com. If you want to join in on the chat, jump over there to the superchat.html as well. If you're on a super chat room anyway, scroll down there and click on that peopleforpeople.ning.com link and go over and join their chat room too. There's a lot of good people over there. Anyway, I titled today's show, I also just say it. I said that WTH. What? What the hell? It must be a joke. You know, you couldn't make this stuff up if you tried. Supposedly, the guy who's up there in the White House is supposedly the president of the United States, and he's got dementia and all this kind of stuff, is what they're saying. They said that, of course, I guess this is the Department of Justice or whatever, whoever should be charging him, said that they were going to charge him with the fact that he had all those illegal documents as vice president unsecured in his garage next to his Corvette. They weren't going to charge him because he's got memory issues. And I'm like, you got to be freaking kidding me, man. It's the least of his crimes having papers out there like that. That's the least of his crimes. And if the man ain't mentally competent enough to stand trial for crimes that is proven that he committed, he's obviously not competent enough to be the president of these United States. So what I'm saying to you folks out there, the mere fact that this man is still supposedly the president of the United States tells you that, this must be a joke. There ain't no way in hell that man is the president of the United States. There's something going on behind the scenes or whatever. You know, maybe all the conspiracy people are right, and maybe that ain't even really Biden like people like to say. Maybe the real Biden's really dead. I don't know what to believe anymore, because this is just beyond stupid. It's blatantly obvious that they're flooding the border. It's blatantly obvious that they're doing it intentionally. And it's blatantly obvious that the reasoning behind doing it intentionally is to destroy America from the inside out. It's irrefutable at this stage. Literally, this man is supposedly the president of the United States, and him and his administration and the Department of Justice, FBI, and CIA, and all of them are literally in the process of facilitating an illegal invasion of the United States of America, while at the same time running us into the poorhouse. $33 trillion in debt. Think about that. That's not a tiny bit of money. $33 trillion. I couldn't even fathom that kind of money. I had no freaking idea what I would even start to spend it on. $33 trillion. I'd take over the world if I had $33 trillion. Jeez. It's just, you can make this stuff up. They're running us into the poorhouse. They're deliberately destroying our supply chain. Of course, they're talking about another fake demic coming along as well. They're destroying our infrastructure. They're destroying our I already said supply chain. They're jacking it all up, and they're doing it on purpose. They're literally doing this on purpose. Look, one mistake, okay, two mistakes, a little more serious, three mistakes. So what's going on? What the hell? These aren't mistakes. These are directed, pointed attacks at the American people and the world in general. I talk about America a lot because I actually live here in America. All right. I serve my country, in many fashions. And so as I'm sitting around watching this clown show, I got more choice words for it, but I'm trying to be family friendly as I talk, even though this does really seriously make me angry, gets me upset. They're sitting there telling you that the man sitting in the White House is not competent enough for them to charge for crimes that are irrefutable evidence that you can't even deny it. I mean, things that he's actually literally said on video, the documents that were found in his possession. I mean, you got the smoking gun and then some, but you can't charge him because he's got memory problems. Let me tell you something about memory problems. I got a big old goose egg right here in the back of my head, big freaking knot. Inside that big knot is a piece of metal. I took a steel pipe to the back of the head. I suffer from severe short-term memory. You got to tell me things a lot, and I forget. And the older I get, the worse it gets. But I'll be damned if I jaywalked across the street. I'm going to jail. They're not going to have no mercy on me because I got mental issues. You know, I carry around in my pocket things like this right here. All right. Been down some weird roads. Been down some trials and tribulations. You know, screw it. Steal my identity. I don't give a crap. All right. I carry around VA card, and inside that VA card I actually have just in case cards, call this person right here kind of thing, you know, from the VA. But I'll be damned if I so much as got behind on my taxes or got in trouble in any way whatsoever. If I got a felony, I would lose all my benefits. You got the damn president of these United States that committed and is in the process of committing literal freaking treason. And he's not going to be held accountable for what he's done. And what you see on the surface doesn't even scratch the surface, not even a fraction of the crimes that man, that scumbag, has been in. I'd be in jail. I'd lose all my health benefits. I'd lose all my benefits. After all my years of service, I would lose it all. I'd lose my freaking home. And yet this freaking scumbag literally is not going to be charged because he has memory problems, because he's got dementia. It's unbelievable. You couldn't make this crap up if you tried. So what's going on here? This has to be one of those freaking Truman Show style things where you don't even know you're the butt of everybody's joke. You're on TV and it's like a reality TV show. How's this guy going to react now? I literally got the war wounds. I got the damage to prove it. All right, I got mental problems. I got freaking memory issues. I got serious things going on in my life. But I'll be damned if I so much as freaking jaywalk. If I did any in the fraction of what these people are doing out there, these people going in stores and stealing stuff, if I walked out with a freaking candy bar, a little 2 cents, 2 cents, well, it's probably not even 2 cents anymore. It's probably $10 for a freaking piece of chewing gum. If I walked out the door with that, I'd freaking go to jail. I'd be charged with a felony. I'd literally lose every damn thing that I earned. And you got the supposed president of the United States, who they're saying is not mentally competent enough to freaking be charged with crimes that is proven that he has committed. But yet he's still mentally competent enough to literally be the one holding on to the freaking nuclear button? It don't make any damn sense. And any one of you out there who want to try to debate me about this making any damn sense, it's not going to just be a debate. It's going to be a fist fight. I'll literally fly wherever it is. I don't even want to fly. I'll literally drive there. I'll walk there. I don't give a crap. And you sit there and try to argue this in front of my face, I'm going to knock you the hell out. This isn't real. It can't be real. It can't. This cannot be possibly the doggone president of the damn United States. There's no way in hell this is real. So what's going on? Who's really in freaking charge? Who do we owe $33 trillion to? I'm telling you, as an American citizen, I ain't paying no more damn taxes ever again the rest of my freaking life. Somebody wants to charge me sales tax, I'm going on down the damn road. I ain't paying no damn taxes whatsoever. $33 freaking trillion. I'm sitting on a mortgage. Everybody I know is sitting on a mortgage. Everybody I know is struggling, and the electric companies jacking their bills up under bogus science. And this criminal can get up there and he can make money hand over fist by freaking peddling his name all over the damn place. His son can sit there and do crack in the freaking White House. They find cocaine in the White House and nobody knows whose it was. It's a damn lie. There ain't no way in hell you're taking no damn dope into the White House without somebody knowing who did it. And they're telling all this stuff, and they're allowing our border to just be constantly over freaking run. They're telling us all that stuff because they want to piss us off. They want a damn civil war, and I think they're going to get it. I think they're going to get it. Well, these little skinny jeans wannabe ninjas, little Antifas and Black Lives Matters, you're the first target. You're the first one the patriots are coming after. The media, you're second in line. Bring this down to a civil war. Bring it to all and all out unrest. I know people right now that's ready to lynch every damn one of you. And I'm saying, no, we can't go that way. We can't be like that. We can't be like those other side over there. We got to be the good guys. But they're getting tired of it. They're getting fed up. And you showing this this freaking clown show on TV, and you're trying to portray it as real. If this is real, and our senators and our congressmen and women and our Supreme Court, the executive, legislative, and the judicial branch of government is as corrupt as they've been telling us, we're on our way to sheer disaster. And when it comes down to it, when all hell breaks loose and the gangs are running amok and the illegal aliens are out committing terrorism and all that kind of stuff, they were talking about attacking us in our homes. They were talking about attacking us in our churches. The day that starts is the day we come after Antifa, we come after Black Lives Matter, we come after anybody holding a microphone in the media and a camera. Y'all better wake the hell up. You didn't wake up the sleeping dragon. You stepped on his balls. You didn't wake up the sleeping lion or the sleeping tiger. You literally kicked him in the balls. And now it's time to pay. These people out here, these freaking nutcases out here, you don't even have no damn clue of what's going on. Don't tell me the president of these United States is not mentally competent to literally stand trial for freaking crimes that are proven that he committed, but he's still mentally competent enough to hold on to the nuclear football. You people have lost your damn minds. Last 2 days, I didn't do a radio show. One, because I pulled a muscle in the back of my shoulder over here, lifting something that was way too freaking heavy for me to lift. Suffered for 2 days on that. And because of the freeze that we had, I had pipes that broke. So I've got my own drama, my own trials and tribulations in my own damn life. I'm fighting with the bank on this. I'm fighting with the dang company on that. I'm fighting with everybody. Everybody wants to take everything I freaking got. And I could go on and on and on about my miserable trials and tribulations of my life, and I could tell you how it all sucks. But throw that on top of the bonfire, the freaking city on fire that is the supposed leadership of this country, and you got a disaster in the making. I'm past the whole freaking climate change issue. I'm past the whole freaking pronoun thing. You walk up to me in the middle of the street and tell me I got to call you they or them, it's going to be a fist fight. I'm done. I ain't playing your games. Call me a racist, there's going to be a fist fight. I ain't going to be no Mr. Nice Guy anymore. If the man leading the executive branch of service, the head of the executive branch of services can't be held accountable for crimes that he'd literally been proven to have committed, then I ain't got no, you ain't holding me nothing. I jaywalk and you try to give me a ticket, I'm gonna beat your ass. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Don't try to tell me to follow your laws when you got the executive branch of government, the head of the executive branch of government, supposed president of these United States, who can't be held accountable for crimes. Oh, he can't be held accountable because he's got memory issues. I know about memory issues. I got memory issues. But I'd sure as hell be held accountable. I couldn't do a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what this scumbag has done. And the FBI knew it the whole entire time, and they still helped that man get in office. The CIA knew it. The Secret Service knew it. Every last one of these alphabet agencies out there knew that this guy was a criminal, just like they knew Obama was a criminal, just like they knew that Hillary was a criminal. And they still perpetuated. They still allowed all the election fraud. I tell you what, you walk into 2024, and after looking at all these people that are getting ready to vote for Trump and try to steal that election, you're going to get your asses handed to you. People are done. I was talking to people in my own personal circle that are so freaking done. I'm not normally a violent man, but you're not coming after my family. You come after my family, I'm gonna release the gates of hell on you. You can take that one to the bank. The supposed president of the United States is above the law, and so am I. I'm not the only one here. Dave, Lo, either one of y'all got anything to say before I say something that I ain't supposed to say? I'm freaking.
No, you're pretty much riled up on it, and I've already went through my time when they came out with the damn that they're not going to press charges because his illness. This is about the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And
If he's got that illness and he can't stand trial for crimes that he committed, then he's also not fit for power. He's not fit to sit in that office.
well, if he's got mental illness, that means then I got grounds to stand on because I'm high potential of having seizures and I take medication for it. So does that put me in that category too?
You know what pisses me off about your situation is you have to pay personally. You have to pay personally for your own freaking medical deal. There's nobody paying for your stuff. You serve 10 years. You serve this country.
So okay. Is this a revolving door? Can people start using this as a reason to commit crime if they've got a mental capacity or a mental something going on with their brain? Is there something that will start a what's the word I'm looking for?
A trend,
It
a
runs.
precedence?
It is. It's just keep on going. Well, president did it. He can't be charged because he's got a mental problem. Well, I'm prone to. I've got this thing in my head that I'm prone to have seizures, and it throws me out of whack. Uh, can I go out there and do criminal things and get by with it? I mean,
No.
this. How far can you go along with this?
See, you and I, we have different standards according to the law. We would go to jail for jaywalking.
Look cross-eyed at some at a and would go to jail. It's
It-
ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous.
that's what I'm saying. This got to be some clown show. This is a movie. This is like the Truman Show. They're making this crap up. They have to be making this crap up. There's no way that that is logical.
No, it is.
10 years of service. At 10 years of your life, you literally put 10 years of your life out there to serve this country. How do you feel now? You want a refund?
Refund.
Yeah.
If
I
I
want,
ha- if I had to do it again, and with this going on, I wouldn't have done it.
yeah, I want a refund. I want my brain back.
Yeah.
I want this steel out of the back of my head. I want all my teeth back. I want my health back. I want a refund. This country owes me big time.
Yeah, it is. It's ridiculous. Try to keep calm about it, and then you watch it. Literally watch it on TV playing out. But this man is guilty as sin, but he's being let free.
Yeah, him and his son both. What you're seeing on TV is a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of what these people are guilty of. You know what?
Doesn't make
I could get down on the dark web right now and I could pull some stuff up off the dark web and I could put it out there and I could show the world. You know, I would go to jail for doing that.
Of course.
You can't put trash like that out there on there. You can't do that. You can't show the truth. You could send it to the feds and let them do something about it. But the thing about it is, they've already got it. They've already got the evidence. They know because they're involved. Tell me that they didn't know what was on Anthony Weiner's laptop. Tell me they didn't know what was on Hunter Biden's laptop. Why is this man still walking around? Somebody answer that.
Can't do it. Can't do it.
I'm telling you what, man. People are on lists worldwide, all over the place. They're on lists for a fraction of what these people have been done. Between the illegal gun running, the human trafficking, the sex trade, the freaking drugs, and all the different crap that these people are involved in, insider trading, money laundering, and this man is incompetent to stand trial for something that has been proven, but yet he's competent enough to be the man in charge of the executive branch of government, the commander-in-chief of the military. You're making this crap up. There's no way in hell this is true. No way. No way in hell. And I ain't supposed to get riled up. I'm supposed to say, Kuma Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Means no worries for the rest of my days. Or don't worry, be happy. I told everybody I'm the craziest damn man that ever walked the face of this freaking earth. If I can be held accountable in a court of law, so can he. Since he can get by with whatever he's doing, I ain't gonna pay my taxes. I ain't gonna abide by no freaking laws. If I want to speed, I'm gonna speed. Don't try to stop me. President of the United States, the head of the executive branch of government, commits crimes and gets by with it, then what's good for the goose is good for the gander, kind of thing. Equal justice under law. Hey, it's a free-for-all. He can do whatever the hell he wants, so can I. And you know damn good and well, I go flying down the road, speeding in my car. They're gonna start chasing me. And if I don't pull over, they're gonna throw some stop sticks out to try to blow my tires out, or they're gonna do the pit maneuver and they're gonna shove my car off in the freaking ditch. And then they're gonna get out there with a felony stop and they're gonna have freaking guns drawn and in my face. Get on the ground, get on the ground. Keep your hands where I can see them. They're gonna stick that gun in my face. And if I reach for anything, they're going to pop, 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 pop. They're going to freaking kill me. I know how it works. The guy who can hold the freaking nuclear football and all the nuclear codes and can literally call in a nuclear airstrike or send them into battle can't be held accountable for crimes because he's got mental problems? But he's still in the seat? You're freaking lying. You're making this crap up. It must be a joke. People pull guns on cops all the time and they get laid out. And then they're all shocked and butthurt because this poor black man got shot up by the cops, the evil white supremacist cops. This poor black man, you shouldn't have pulled a gun on him. If I was driving down the road speeding and I even remotely pointed my car towards a law enforcement officer, they're gonna light me up. They're gonna kill me. I shouldn't do that. You got a man who supposedly has the power to take people into war. He's got America's life in his hands. It's supposed to be the most trusted seat of power in the United States. Mentally incompetent to stand trial for crimes. They're not going to charge him for crimes because he's mentally incompetent. Yet he's the president of these United States, the head of the executive branch of government. That's law enforcement case for those people out there too stupid to know what I'm talking about. He is the commander-in-chief of all the military of the United States. Can call in a drone strike. You know, like Obama did when Obama murdered some innocent people. Remember that? Everybody forgot that. Everybody forgot Iraq. They forgot Afghanistan. They forgot Korea. They forgot Vietnam. They forgot World War I. They forgot World War II. They forgot the Civil War. Hell, they even made crap up about the Civil War. And all the ones that they sent into battle, now they're calling Nazi, white supremacist, whatever the hell. You're pissing off all our veterans. You're pissing off all the true patriots. You're pissing off the American people. And when it comes down to freaking pipe, when you finally get what it is that you're shot for, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. All you little Antifa and Black Lives Matter like to run around and beat up grandpa and grandma, we're coming for you. You're the target. The lioness media, we're coming for you. Yeah, we're not going to go for the other guy. We're coming for you. We're coming to your house. Black Lives Matter, we're coming for you. You want to talk about G. Edward Griffin, Florida State University, 1969, wanted white retaliation in black neighborhoods? We're coming for you. Think about that. You slap the bee's nest and then wondering why the hell it is you're fixing to get stung. Everybody's showing great restraint. Nobody's gone to no civil war. Wasn't no damn insurrection up there at the dang Capitol. They faked it all. They had National Guard out there, 50,000 troops out there surrounding it with barbed wire around the deal because it was a legitimate election. And we knew it was a trap. We told everybody not to go up there. It was a trap. The whole entire thing was a scam. I'm telling you right now, if we the people committed a serious insurrection, we'd hold that ground today. Today, we would be the ones in the White House. Today, we'd be the ones in the Senate and the Congress. Wasn't no damn insurrection. You don't know what an insurrection is. They like to throw around all these terms. And you know they stole that term from people that were tired of all the deals going on, all the riots that Antifa and Black Lives Matter were attacking federal buildings and burning down police cars and stealing, beating, and hurting people. We said Trump should sign the Insurrection Act and declare martial law and sort these bastards out. Throw them in jail. He didn't do it. He showed great restraint. They want to call him a dictator? He had the power right there and then to literally lock this place down, and he didn't do it. That was a real insurrection in play. He could have locked this place down. He could have declared martial law, and he could have rounded every damn last one of these up and put them in a federal penitentiary. He didn't do it. So then January 6th comes along. Trump says, go over there and peacefully protest. Oh, it's an insurrection. It's an insurrection. No, it wasn't no damn insurrection. You people don't even know what the hell you're talking about. Nobody was there armed. Wasn't a bunch of patriots over there with ARs and M16s and rocket launchers and all that crap. You don't even know. They treated our own soldiers, they treated our National Guard men like crap. They had them sleeping in a freaking parking garage. They were feeding them trash. They didn't want the optics of having the National Guard around, so you shuffle them up underneath there. Oh, yeah, you're all right to die for this country, but we don't want nobody seeing you surrounding the place because it looks bad. So they treated them like crap. You know what? Trump opened up his doggone motels. Have you ever seen one of Trump's motels? Hey, you guys can come over here and stay, man. You don't have to be living like a damn dog out in the garage. You couldn't make this crap up. This has to be some sort of freaking clown show. I don't even know what to say anymore. You got any thoughts, Dave? No? I don't know, man. I just don't freaking know anymore.
Well, there's trying to stay calm about it anymore. We've been saying to stay calm, but anymore it's almost impossible to stay calm. Can't believe what is going on. Don't have no explanations.
You know, there in New York when those 5 or 6 guys, illegal aliens, nearly killed a cop, they were released with no bail. And up until the point when the citizens finally said, you know, this ain't going to cut, they finally went back around and arrested some of them. They should have never been here to begin with. But they were. How do you justify that? What do you think?
Well, that's just it, Ty. That they're allowing so much to happen. The American people are finally seeing it. And even whatever they're reporting on the news, they know half of it more than half of it is nothing but a blatant lie,
Yep.
because they're going out and they're actually physically seeing what is going on. People are waking up finally. And unfortunately, we've had to go through this matrix, a show. I don't know. I can't explain it. I literally cannot explain it.
It can't be real. I mean, this is just too stupid to be real. If this is real, we're so much worse off than I thought. How? How do you justify the head of the executive branch of government, the commander in chief, the president of the United States of America? How do you justify him able to commit crimes? He's the head of the law enforcement. He's the head of the military.
That's just it. You can't justify it. You can't. They're just blatantly doing it.
So I guess we ain't got any laws anymore.
Well, that's the way it's kind of looking.
Ted Nugent's song "Free for All," man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add that to the outgoing playlist. I'm adding Ted Nugent's song "Free for All" to the outgoing playlist. Because that's what it is. You can do whatever the hell you want. Aleister Crowley, do as thou wilt. Aleister Crowley called himself the wickedest man in the world. He was wicked too. These young kids today, they have no idea what's coming down the road at them. They have no idea. All these ones, these anti-Second Amendment people, you know, they have no clue what's coming down the pipe at them.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
When all hell breaks loose, God help us all. You know what? If you're mainstream media during those days, you're in trouble. If you're a politician during those days, you're in trouble. If you're Antifa or Black Lives Matter, you are in serious trouble. Because when you woke up the sleeping dragon, you didn't just you didn't wake him up. You stomped on his balls. Now you're in trouble. The sleeping giant is on his feet.
Yeah.
Mind blowing. These people, they've watched so much damn mainstream media. They think that the biggest problem that they got is the Proud Boys or the 3%ers, you know, or the Trump supporters. I think they think that's their biggest problem. So you haven't got a damn clue what's coming after you. You're gonna be so sorry you ever even opened your damn mouth. But you know what? They did it all on purpose. Every last bit of it, they did it on purpose. I got some bumper stickers that say America got screwed. I need to get out there and I'll probably just have to donate them because people are too poor to buy them from me. So I'll just have to start handing them out to everybody I see.
Just go by and ask them to stick it on the car.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gotten to the point, you know, I'm not a businessman at all. I put so much damn money down on the line to do all of what we do here, you know, and I'm like literally, I'm in it deep. I'm in it deep, and every day the interest just keeps racking up and racking up. So I'm in so deep, I might as well just start giving crap away. Okay, I'm gonna build this network, and I'm gonna get out there, and I'm gonna talk to like-minded folks, and I'm gonna try to bring together the dream team. And not only did you have scumbags that sneak in there and do dirty deeds on you, thief from you, but then you got to deal with crap like this between the trolls in the chat room and the dang being demonetized by other platforms like YouTube and being ripped off by Google and censored by Facebook. Dave's still in Facebook jail. I've been kicked off of Twitter not once but twice. I've been banned on freaking Facebook, demonetized on YouTube, ostracized on all these other networks out here, all for speaking the truth. I don't know how Alex Jones managed to do it all those years. How the hell did he get to stay in front of a microphone unless he's planned opposition? And all these people out here that have these millions and millions of subscribers and all that kind of stuff, and they're able to say the things that they do, and they somehow or another are still got commercials running on their deal. It's got to be planned opposition. It's got to be, we're going to let them have a taste of, victory, give them some good news once in a while, and then we'll sock them in the jaw when they ain't looking with some crazy stuff. That's why I said it wouldn't even surprise me if Trump didn't end up being the freaking Antichrist. I initially thought Obama was the Antichrist, and he may very well be. Definitely on the evil side. Definitely on the dark side. Without a doubt. And that ain't even his name. I'm not even going to say Obama anymore. Made up name. Barry Davis Satoro. That scumbag that wormed his way into the freaking White House. CIA asset. Piece of trash. Nobody even knew him where he supposedly went to college, and then he literally told everybody that he was born in Kenya. Supposedly had a doggone deal where he got extra benefits because he was a Kenyan person, born in Kenya. But if you say it, why then you're a racist. You can't say it. They can say whatever the hell they want. You can't. They're going to play the Black National Anthem at tonight's Super Bowl. Did you know that?
Yeah, and I still think that's wrong. There's only one anthem.
You know what I'm going to do during the Black National Anthem?
Probably not watch a football game.
I'm going to do this.
What?
I'm going to turn my back on it.
Well, that's the thing, is the anthem is for every American. Black, white, yellow, green, purple, gay, whatever the hell. But the anthem is for every American.
Yeah, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all.
Talk about division. Okay, well, hell, you might as well make an anthem for every person out there. Go ahead, divide some more.
I want my own national anthem. Remember, I said I identify as a black female Supreme Court justice?
Yep.
Need my own anthem.
Got my vote.
And it needs to be paid. It needs to be played during the Super Bowl, while I run across the field in a thong, and everybody has to watch. That sound crazy to you? Does it sound any
You
less?
already have one. It's called the Lollipop Guild. You say
Well,
you're the craziest man on earth, so hey.
are they going to play it during the Super Bowl? They need to play.
Probably if you wanted it.
Oh, I do want it. Somebody get on the horn because we're running out of time. Tell them I want that song played in my honor.
Yes.
I'll have my own. I'll have my own flag by that time. I'll make it out of some boxer shorts and a stick. Now, hey, Dave. Dave, are you still there?
Yep.
Do you know who the French Foreign Legion is?
Yes, I know what they are.
Do you think they'll hire me?
Sure. You just go to France.
Yeah, I'm on my way to France. It's going to take a long time to get there because I'm not flying, because I'm not going to go through TSA and have them groping my cojones.
Yeah. Hey, some people may just do that for that reason.
No, see, this is a crazy thing. You can't take your child through the airport without having some stranger groping your child before they get on the plane. But yet you can go up and assault, as long as you're a illegal alien. You can go up and assault the New York Police Department, and they're going to let you out without bail. You can go out and burn down the damn city. You can attack white people and attack Christians all you want. You're going to get out of jail with no bail. That's why you can't make this stuff up.
Hey, the whole world has gone nuts.
Yeah, well, everybody keeps telling me, oh, Biden's naughty. That's not even really Biden. He's dead. Well, who in the hell is it? Who's behind the mask? If that ain't Biden, who is that? All right, and that's fraud. If you're perpetrating a fraud, like by saying that this is Biden, this is the president of the United States, and that's not really Biden, that's fraud. You're committing a crime by literally telling me that this is who it isn't. Knowingly sitting there telling me on the mainstream media that this is Biden, this is the president of the United States, when you know for a fact that that's not Biden. Who's behind the mask? Who is that? Is it CIA? Is it NSA? Is it FBI? DEA? Who is it? Is it the mob? Is it Italian mafia? Is it the Japanese Yakuza? Is it the freaking Chinese mafia? Who is it? Who's faking to be Biden? And everybody who keeps claiming Biden's dead, oh, he was executed in Guantanamo Bay. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're making crap up. You're making stuff up. Probably part of the opposition. It's crazy. All these supposed Q posts. You know, the white hats are behind the scenes. All right. Okay. Prove it. And how long are they going to play this game? How long are they going to sit there and allow things like that? Keep ramping it up. Keep ramping it up. You know, the frog in the boiling pot thing. Keep ramping it up. And then finally to rub the salt in the wounds of all the people who serve this nation, then come out and say the president of the United States can't be held accountable because he's got mental problems, but he's still the president of the United States. It don't work like that. Equal justice under the law, remember? It don't work like that.
As soon as that report came out, they should have initiated the 25th Amendment automatically right then and there.
Our military.
Yeah, they should have.
That's the proof right there. They just had a report by that Biden is incompetent. There's the 25th Amendment right there.
Our
Yep.
military should have done their duty and went in and secured this country. Right there. Right there. That's the supreme law of the land. Right there. And tell me that the head of the executive branch of government is too incompetent to stand trial for crimes, treason. Making crap up. Literally making crap up. I don't believe a damn thing anybody says without evidence anymore. Put the receipts on the table or shut up. So who's in charge? Is it a free-for-all? You know what? People keep talking
The
about
whole world has gone crazy. It
Yeah.
really has. If Biden says that he's not mentally, incapable, then he should be charged.
Yeah.
But now they're in a catch-22 because they can't charge. If they charge Trump, it's political.
Oh, it's been political the whole time. They just
but now there's that proof, so he's got something to fall back on.
Yeah.
People keep talking behind the scenes about how there's these secret alien races that are down here and they're helping us out and all this kind of stuff. You're making stuff up. You're lying. You're literally lying. You're making stuff up. Show me the alien. Put the damn alien right in front of me. Show me the evidence. You say Biden's dead? Show me the body. I don't believe nothing. If he's dead, who is the clown behind the mask?
Well, eventually it's all got to come out. It always does. Just takes time, I guess.
Yeah, well, do you think we got that much time?
Nope. Not saying that. Definitely not saying that. But it's got to come out.
Let's play hypothetical here for a second.
Oh, I like hypothetical.
Okay, you know your brother's crazy as hell, right?
Yeah. Definitely know that.
What do you think your brother's gonna do when blue helmets come rolling up my driveway?
Rounds are gonna fire.
Yeah, it's on. It's on. Now, when the blue helmets come rolling in your driveway and tell you they're taking over your property because they need it.
Yeah, I don't even need to answer that one because you know that one.
Yeah, it's on. It's freaking on. They're going to come rolling in and say, well, we need all these illegal aliens to stay on your property because they don't have a home.
Ain't going to happen. I got enough taking care of my own family and my own self. I can't afford to take care or support anybody else to try and take care of them.
Especially when you don't know whether or not they're thieves or druggies or diseased or anything like that.
If I don't know you, you ain't coming on this property.
Yeah, come sleep on my couch. Everything's all right. Do you know how many people that I've taken off the street that I allowed them to sleep in my couch or sleep in a camper of mine that they literally turned around and stabbed me in the back?
Uh-huh.
I've helped out a lot of people to the tune of thousands of dollars, only to be turned around and done dirty. Even my own children have done me dirty. And my brother's children did him dirty. And then when we put our foot down and said, no, you're not going to do Dad like that, well, suddenly we're the bad guy.
Yeah, that's the way it works. Seems to work. Look, my kids are the same way.
I ain't seen my grandchildren in over 3 years. On my son's side, I ain't seen my
I
grandson.
haven't seen my one son in about 25 years.
Pitiful. Pitiful.
You know, the good book that everybody despises says that in the last days there'll be wars and rumors of wars and plagues and famine and pestilence and earthquake in diverse places and great signs and wonders in heaven. You know what? All those people out there who sit around and spitting on and mocking the Bible and mocking God and all this kind of crap, you know what? Someday you're going to stand in front of your accuser that you and it ain't going to go well for you. Life is short. We only got anywhere from 60 to potentially 110, 120 years maximum. By the time you get 120 years old in today's day and age, you already look like hell, and you probably can't hardly move. But
I
you're
can't
also,
do that now.
oh, I'm in the same damn boat. I lifted something that was too heavy, things that I could have probably chucked around when I was in my youth, and I pulled a muscle in my damn shoulder, put me down for 2 days.
Yeah, I get it.
And in all that pain, I still had to go down there and fix the pipe.
No,
Let's,
I understand that one.
do you think the youth of today could do that?
Hey, there's a lot of things I can't do anymore, and it's mainly because of my age and health, but still,
The good book
it's
says
frustrating.
that in the last days that men would become lovers of themselves. That's what you see.
Well, I'm not that vain.
The young men and women, not us, the young men and women and running around, you see them all constantly all the time. They got their little cell phones and stuff, and they're up there doing this, taking pictures of themselves, you know, using these little filters to make an ugly girl look like a supermodel.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's just crazy. But that's all they're doing. They're out there selling themselves. They're out there on the mainstream media waiting for the thumbs up.
Yeah. People used to go to the
Mainstream media. I mean the dang social media. Go
people
ahead,
used
Dave.
to go to the circuses and that to see these freaks. Now they're everywhere.
Yeah. That movie Idiocracy, it was pretty wild. But it's not nowhere near as wild as real life in 2024. How do you justify that the executive branches of government is above the law? The head of the executive branch of government can't be held accountable because they're mentally ill. Really? Is he still in power? If he's in power and
Yeah, well,
he's not competent,
the Democrats really, who are they going to throw in? They're starting to talk now about, again, about Obama, but who knows?
yeah, Michael Obama, they're going to put Michael up there. No.
Well,
No.
it won't surprise me. They won't put, I cannot see them letting the vice president take over because the world is in a whole lot worse place if that happens.
I don't believe that any Democrat at all, not one single Democrat, has any chance at a fair and real election. Without election fraud, there's no way in hell that a Democrat should ever get reelected ever again after this crap.
Over here, I think a liberal or NDP is the same way. they're corrupt.
If so much as one Democrat or even one rhino is reelected, you know, you can tell you'll know them by their fruits. Mitch McConnell, rhino, you know, there's a bunch of them. If they're voting with the Democrats, if they're literally freaking doing what they say bipartisan, we don't need no bipartisan nothing. If you can't get their votes, it don't pass. Just as simple as that. And you move on to the next one. You don't bend not one single dollar. You don't send no more money overseas. No more free giveaways to the rest of the freaking world that's sitting there telling us how racist we are and how hateful we are and spitting on our soldiers and burning our flags. No more money. You cut the doggone the wallet. It's dry. You're not getting no more money. And that includes Israel. That includes Palestine. Everybody wants to sit around talking about how Israel is committing genocide on Palestine. Well, Palestine committed genocide first, so it's equal. What they do to each other, that's between them two. They both did it. There ain't no innocent party over there. So let that be between them and God. Let God sort it out. No more American blood for either one of these people. No more American blood for any other nation out there. It's time to close this place down. It's time to lock that border down and clean freaking house. You can't have this. You can't have this kind of corruption going unchecked. Everybody just basically went along, going along to get along. All right, it's just politics, you know, they'll argue it out and they'll do whatever. And then gradually, incrementally, you're losing your freedoms. And it's costing you more money, and then yet even more money, and then yet any more money. You go look at the taxes paid back in the 60s, the taxes paid in the 70s, and the taxes paid in the 80s, and the taxes paid in the 90s, and now up in the 20s. And you're going to find out that it was a steady rise the whole entire time. Your paycheck that might have started off this big is all the way down here. And then Uncle Sam, via the IRS, which isn't even a federal agency, is private industry working along with the private banking industry, which is the Federal Reserve, which isn't even government related. They literally will come and arrest you for not paying your taxes. How do you give a private industry that much power? How do you give the international bankers that much power? This is beyond insane. Doesn't make any damn sense whatsoever. If you don't pay your taxes, you go to jail. President of the United States can commit literal treason. Can literally have multiple felonies. As the vice president had paperwork in his possession that he had no authority to even have or declassify. Literally commits the same damn crime and brags about it on video in front of the world that they're trying to charge Trump for. Is Trump the good guy? Well, in this B-rated movie that we're watching, it seems to be he's the good guy. But if you want to see an example of how this could actually take a turn for the worse, go out there and watch that Once Upon a Time series where Rumpelstiltskin was the dark one, and one minute he's the bad guy and everybody hates his guts, and then he turns around and he's almost like the good guy. All right, then once you get to liking the good guy, aka used to be bad guy, he turns around and he's an asshole again. They literally made a movie about Lucifer, portraying him as the good guy. You couldn't make this stuff up. I don't give a crap about the LGBTQ plus and all that other crap or your racial crap or anything like that. It doesn't belong in the church. It doesn't belong in the school. And it doesn't need to be force-fed down the throats of every citizen out here in the United States and worldwide. If you set out to start a riot, you succeeded. If you set out to start a war, you succeeded. You set out to start a civil war, you're succeeding. You may have already succeeded. When the states start breaking up and taking sides, and the federal government decides they get kind of scared, so they actually have to do something drastic to try to bring all the states back together, like try to force them to comply, guess what? Now you got your own people fighting against your own people. And all you little scumbags that went around, no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. You're going to find out what that means. You ain't going to get either or. You're screwed up. Literally screwed up. The sleeping giant's on its feet. Now you're going to get stepped on. I'm a tolerant person. And for the most part, I'm a patient person. I'm a live and let live person. I'm a peace-loving person. If you get a man like me riled up to this extent, where now I'm ready, full combat mode, I'm ready to don't bring it to my house and everything's going to be just fine kind of attitude. There are people out there who are not stable, who are armed to the freaking teeth. And you woke them up. It's on you, man. It's on you. I ain't afraid of the FBI. I know they listen in. I'm not afraid of the government. I know they listen in. I don't care. I'm not afraid. I'm going to stand for the United States Constitution. I'm going to fulfill my mission, the oath that I swore to the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights, to serve and protect and uphold the United States Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, because that Constitution is we the people. That's who I serve. We the people. And so if you come here, I'm going to have to assume that you're coming here to kill me and act accordingly. That's it. That's how it is. I'm not going to let you do it. You're going to take me out because you got the numbers. But I'm not going down like a bitch. You better take that one to the bank. It's not a threat. It's reality. It's a promise. You're going to sit there and try to tell me that the head of the executive branch of government is beyond prosecution for crimes proven? Not even a trial? No charges? No indictment? Hell, they'd indict Trump for farting. They indicted him. They tried to impeach him. They even tried to impeach him after he was already out of office. The man wasn't even in office, and they're still trying to impeach him.
They raided Largo. Came in with a SWAT team.
Yeah.
They didn't do that to Biden. They didn't do that to Hunter.
They didn't do it to freaking George Bush Jr. whenever he said that there's weapons of mass destruction and there were none.
Yeah, they didn't do it to Hillary. They didn't do it to, there's numerous people.
Yeah.
They sure did. They sure did it to Trump, though.
Yeah, and they damn sure do it to us.
Hell, I got raided by code enforcement.
Yeah, they're not even police officers, and you still got freaking raided. And they were wearing tactical gear.
7 of them.
Surrounded your truck, did a technical arrest on you because as long as they're surrounding your truck, you were legally under arrest.
Was a crazy. I've been in construction most of my life, and that was the craziest thing I have ever seen. Ah,
I still think I don't think the statute of limitations have gone out. I still think you need to go to a doctor, attorney, and literally sue them for unlawful arrest.
well, that's just it. They couldn't arrest me because they didn't have a legal officer there.
I know that's what I'm saying. But by them impeding your movement, by them surrounding you the way they did and demanding your ID and all that kind of stuff, they detained you illegally. You need to turn around and sue that county.
You know what was hilarious about that whole thing was I'm watching them. They're all in black tactical gear, got their badges showing, and they're young. Most of them were young. And the one young man asked me for my ID. I don't have it on me directly, but let me get in the van and I'll get it for you. I handed him my concealed weapons license because I already noticed they didn't have no weapons on them. So I handed him my concealed weapons license, and he looks at me and goes, "Sir, this is not your driver's license." "Oh, I'm sorry. I carry a concealed weapon, so I figured you might want to know that I carry a concealed weapon."
You still need to hold them accountable. You need to prosecute them. Every one of them.
Craziest damn stuff I've ever seen in my entire career.
They weren't law enforcement officers. They had no authority. You weren't in the process of committing a felony, so they don't even have a doggone citizen's arrest behind them.
Yeah. Well, the worst part about it, they said they'd been looking for me for 3 months. They was doing surveillance by boat, by everything, looking for me for 3 months. I've been in this same division.
Didn't you say also that they had the game and wildlife loaned them some boats?
Yep. They was coming down the canals.
Yeah.
Dude, all I'm doing is I didn't pull a couple permits for these old folks that can't afford to do anything. It was little minor things. So I'm helping older people out to get what they want. I knew what I was doing wrong. I knew it. But it was like, I'm not going to pull a permit to pull a damn toilet and change a ring underneath that costs $3.45.
Yeah, wax seal.
The wax ring. I'm not going to pull a permit for it.
Don't blame me. I wouldn't.
It was unnecessary, and yes, I could have probably done it a little different. I've went before the judge. I'm still paying fines on it. I've lost a business because of all this crap. I know who turned me in. I know who was part of it, but I won't go there. But I was in that community for 7 years, helping all these people out and getting them what they wanted, and by word of mouth, because I do good work, and I won't swell my head up because I know I do good damn work. That's why I stay busy in there. But for something stupid like that right there, it cost me a business. It cost me lots of money. It cost me.
You need to recuperate some of that money by going after the ones that literally illegally detained you and not let it slide.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, funds are not there anymore to get a lawyer.
They'll find an ambulance chaser. They'll take it on contingency.
I may have to do that, but I'm not that type of person to go chasing down.
No, you need to be that kind of person. This time around, you need to be that kind of person. Because if they're going to use the system against you in that manner, then it's time to shut them down.
Well, they definitely used it against me in that type of manner. So I feel on Trump's part. I feel on the people that get get the book thrown at them when they're just trying to help people out, and they're not at fault, and it is something that's, if in my case it was so minor they could have overlooked it easily, but no, they made an example of me.
Yeah, but the doggone executive, the head of the executive branch of government, the supposed president of these United States, is not competent to stand trial for crimes that is proven that he had committed, and literally is still a president of the United States. That don't work.
No, that is that just pure is should not happen whatsoever. He is the
But he
leader of
wasn't
this
even
country.
president.
What'd you say,
He
Dave?
wasn't even the president. He wasn't even the president when that happened. So it should be a different law, because as a president, Trump could take whatever he wanted. He could declassify anything. But Biden was never the president when he took those things.
Yeah, he broke the law, committed massive felonies, and is in the process of committing treason. The Department of Justice and everyone going along with what he's doing right now is literally committing treason.
Yeah, there's definitely two different tiers of justice in that legal system. There's no doubt about it.
Hey, do you got your news going on in the background?
Very little. I mean,
Uh,
it's quiet, but I can turn it down.
Yeah, because it's bleeding through.
All right, let me turn it down. How about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm tinkering in the garage this morning.
Yeah, this is mind blowing. You know, I feel like I'm living in the Truman Show. You know, this guy was living on a movie set his whole life and didn't know it.
Oh yeah, it's just definitely a show. I mean, it's got to be. There's no other explanation.
It's got to be a joke. That's
I'm
what
waiting
today's
for him to come out and go, "You're on candid camera."
Yeah, that's what today's title of the show is. What the hell? It must be a joke. It has to be a joke. You know, when they come out and say they're not going to file charges on him because he's got memory problems, do you think they would be that kind to me?
Nope.
Or you? Or Dave?
No.
And besides that, the crimes that you see on the surface aren't even a fraction of what this guy's been done.
Yeah.
His daughter's diary, when his daughter was writing her diary, she said she had to take showers at night because she was afraid her dad might come in with her. That's a crime. Not only that, it's disgusting.
Well, that diary is supposedly not real.
Let me guess. Putin wrote it. It's a Russian disinformation.
Boy, they're having a heyday with Tucker going over there and having an interview. Boy, they're having a heyday with that.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's funny.
bad.
You would think that you would want to hear all sides of the story. You want to hear what Putin has to say, but no, you don't want to hear what Putin has to say because it might counteract what you're trying to tell everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
why was he even in Ukraine? Well, he told you.
Yeah, I wanted to hear it.
Isn't justice supposed to be hearing both sides of the story and then making a decision on your own?
But the judge in Trump's cases was telling him he didn't even have the right to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had no defense. They wouldn't let him have defense. His defense was not even allowed, which is crazy.
The lady the black lady, what's her name? Fannie
Fannie Willis. Something.
Sleeping with the prosecutor that's prosecuting Trump. There's a conflict of interest going on there.
Yeah.
And one of them I think it was Georgia, the judge, they were they were work they worked together, and one of them was the judge was the mentor of the prosecutor, and that's a conflict right there.
Well, yeah, that one judge basically said they had there was a deal come out about he had his mind made up. He had already decided the case before it ever even started.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York was the same way, pretty much.
So there, you got all kinds of crazy stuff coming out, but they're still trying to push the envelope.
Yeah, and they still keep using the word insurrection for January 6th.
Yeah, that was no insurrection.
I'm telling you, if it was an insurrection, the American people would hold that ground today.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
I try not to get so wound up because I'm going to end up having a freaking stroke. Damn, man. How much?
Where's the stupidity going to stop?
Yeah. Is there such thing as enough is enough? I get all extreme and say, we're coming after you, and suddenly I'm a bad guy. I'm not into the humming and frequency and the good vibrations moment right now. All right, our country's under attack. Our world's under attack. There's no Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Means no worries for the rest of our days. Oh, the hell with all that.
Well, I tell you what, my holding my arms up in the air and going, woosah, woosah, is not working no more.
Hold on, let me try this. See if I can.
No, it's not. It ain't working no more.
It ain't working.
It just ain't working.
Can't do it. Everybody keeps, here's the ironic thing about the deal. I get all riled up. Everybody comes and tells me, oh, well, you got to calm down. You got to raise your energy, your frequency in order to be able to, we could change this like that. Well, took the mellow route. It didn't work. I took the slightly less mellow route. It still didn't work. And it kept on escalating until Mount Vesuvius was ready to explode. All right? It didn't work. So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Where do we go?
Well, Ty, all we can do is kind of sit back, watch, be prepared, and hope for the best, and make sure that we can take care of our families and whoever surrounds us. That's all we can do at this moment of time. There is hope that we don't get into a civil war.
Well, that video that Dave shared called Amerigeddon, YouTube didn't allow me to have commentary about it. I didn't get no kind of, you're supposed to be able to talk about news articles and show clips. It's, I can't remember what they call it. But if it's public stuff, then you're supposed to be able to talk about it. Well, they tried to copyright me, so I had to take it off of YouTube. But either way, in that movie, there was a family who did exactly what you're talking about. They prepared, and they ended up having a showdown with the freaking the United Nations. Plus, they had the power. They had a helicopter where they was able to go rescue somebody. We don't have helicopters. All right.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a ground. It's going to be a ground effort.
Well, yeah, and we joke around that I have all these tools and all these capabilities of building vehicles, and we joke around building a Mad Max vehicle. I've got the truck. it may come to that time to where I'll have to build my Mad Max truck.
Yeah, I'd get started on it. Heck, and I'd go download some diagrams on how to build an airplane and how to build a helicopter. That way you got those too. So on your Mad Max truck, have a landing pad?
I've got the 10 acres out here to do it.
Be like the monk that went to the hot dog vendor and said, "I want one with everything."
Huh.
But you hope like hell that you don't have to go to that extreme. But I keep supplies, materials, miscellaneous stuff, just in case I have to build something. And it's not a junkyard, but I've got neighbors that got all kinds of things that I could communicate, trade with, whatever, help them out. And believe me, there's enough surrounding me that I could build probably whatever we needed to keep
Build a bunker.
self-contained.
Build a bunker. You need one.
Oh, that's coming up. The containers. Remember the container business?
Yeah. Did I ever tell you guys about my bug out bag?
Yep, I know about your bug out bag.
Yeah, this is crazy as hell. This is showing you how long I've been into this. If I can get it out there. Ah, my God. If I had to carry this nowadays, I'd be in trouble.
Yeah.
I got a canteen. Yeah, see, back when all hell was breaking loose and I thought the world was coming to an end years and years ago. Hey, look at there, man. I still got my old shirt. Look at that.
Yeah.
I didn't think I still had that. What's this one here? I haven't been in this thing for many, many, many years. Hard telling what's up in there. There are a couple things.
Your sanity's in there.
Oh, look at that. I remember those days. Dang. This is like walking down memory lane. Anyway, do you know what this is? Anybody? No? You guys still there?
Let's see it. I can't see it. GPS, an old GPS?
No. You know when you go to a photocopier and you put your
Oh, a scanner.
yeah, this is a hand scanner right here. This is an antique. Yeah. This is spy versus spy stuff, man. That's old. And I'm sure it still works too. What else we got in here? We got some goodies up in this bag. Well, I won't go through all of this, but you know what these are for, don't you?
Can't see it. Oh, yeah.
Got some tactical gear. Got some lot of miniaturized stuff right there. Things that you would take for granted. You know, the average Joe would take for freaking granted. You wouldn't think about. This was way back in the day when all hell was breaking loose, and I thought that the end of the world was like right around the freaking corner. There's that looked like a survival blanket. There's a emergency first aid book. These nice little set of binoculars right here. I have to break these things out. I forgot all about this. Look at that. Yeah. And these aren't junk. These are made well. Anyway, to make a long story short, inside this bag, there's jeweler's files and tools and everything that you could possibly imagine for worst case scenario when you got to be able to get around. You know? There's even a little bit of entertainment in there. Ah. Some old badges. Dang. There's one of those survival blankets. Yeah. You'd be surprised at what's in this damn bag. Back in the day when everything was going freaking crazy, you know, didn't know what to expect from one day to the next, I started packing up a little bit of things that might be needed if all hell broke loose and I needed to get from point A to point B. Of course, back in them days, I was still in the law deal. So, AKA there. Now I'm not anymore, so I probably won't need that. But nonetheless, I've been at this for a minute. You can tell by that antique technology. Spy versus spy. It's almost kind of funny when you think about it. It's a good canteen, man. Wonder if it stinks inside. Nope. Still fresh. So I was ready for all hell to break loose. It didn't. All hell didn't break loose.
It's coming.
We're in 2024. Now I think I might need to dust that thing back off again.
Yeah, it's coming.
What do you think?
I think that we should all be ready because it's coming. It is going to hit the fan.
One day, ask my brother a quick question. Ask him how much junk I carry in my pockets.
80 pounds worth.
One day, I was standing around and I got to thinking when I was listening to all the crap that was coming down the pipe. Then I said, okay, well, if I gotta make it across from this side of town to that side of town with everything that I got in my pocket, how would I fare? I pulled out my keys, I pulled out my comb and my wallet, and I was like, I'm screwed. And so I started buying little things here and there. Now, here's a real funny story relating to that. So it was on a Saturday. Me and my friend decided we're going to go up to the liquor store. We're going to get a couple bottles of wine and kick back and watch TV. Right? And so as we went up there, we got us a couple bottles of wine and we were going to go watch, I think it was a football game or something was going on at the time. We could sit back and watch a football game and drink a couple cheap bottles of wine. Anyway, so when he pulls out of the liquor store, he forgot to turn his lights off, right? Or forgot to turn his lights off on until he hit the street. Well, the next thing you know, we were surrounded by cop cars. There was cops in every freaking direction out there. All right, sirens blasting and all that. And the next thing you know, this cop's hollering, he's doing a felony stop on us. Can you mute your mic for a second, Lo?
Yeah.
They're doing a felony stop on us. This cop's out there, he's got his gun out, and he's aiming it right at me, and he says, He says, to keep your hands where I can see them. Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Keep your hands where we can see them, you know. Talk about getting us back around behind the car, putting our hands on the car and all that kind of stuff right there, right? And then the cops start saying, okay, now slowly empty your pockets out on the doggone back of the car, right? So my friend Chad, he takes his wallet out, he takes his keys out, he takes his comb out, and he's done. Right? I start unloading my pockets. 15 minutes later, I reach in there and I go like, I'm just getting my toothbrush. So I pulled this toothbrush out and I dropped it on this big mound of stuff that was on the back of that freaking car, and that cop that was doing all the freaking screaming and yelling, he fell on his butt and just busted out laughing. They were like dumbfounded that one person could carry so much crap in their pocket. They couldn't believe it. And so when they got around, all got around and explained to us what was going on, that up the street a liquor store got robbed and a convenience store got robbed. We were at the liquor store, but either way, they did the same. They had the same MO. They didn't turn their lights on until they hit the street. And so we did that, and they thought we just got there robbing the place. And so that's what all this was about. And so they told us, oh, well, you guys could start putting your stuff back in your pocket. And all these cops are standing around and said, why you carry all that crap? I said, you never know when you're going to freaking need it. I probably had 50 pounds worth of crap in my pockets. I have pants just like these. I got pockets everywhere, man. Pockets after pockets. All right. And I had a vest on that had pockets in it. And they were all loaded down. Hell, I didn't need a bulletproof vest. If you shot me, you'd probably hit my keys or something. But, you know, they was in shock. And all we did was go buy a couple bottles of wine. I got home one day and I started unloading my pockets. It's my nightly routine. And I was sitting there, I was saying, why in the hell am I so tired all the damn time? And I hadn't realized the whole entire time I've been carrying around 50, 60 pounds worth of crap on me at all times. Imagine I had the longest workout in the history of time. What do you think of that, Lowell? You think that's why I was tired? Carrying all that crap around. Your mic is still there. Huh?
Quick weight loss.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's got to realize you're 120 pounds soaking wet, but with all that gear, you hit 200 easy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm 250 or 240 or something now. So what's that tell you?
Well, it was funny because somebody would be working on something and they'd be like, you don't happen to have any electrical tape on you? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
You got a 10 millimeter bolt? Yeah. If you asked me, I probably had it on me. Go ahead, Dave.
Interesting. I never really carried a whole lot of stuff. I mean, really. Only what I needed to have. If I was working, I always carried my knife. You got to have a knife when you're working. One of those, I used to have one of those knives that had everything on it.
Oh, yeah.
And a spoon and fork and everything. So it was basically a scout knife.
I've got everything in under the sun in here, man. Survival, and this isn't even a fraction. This is only what's in the bag. It doesn't even count what's already around this place.
Better get yourself a trailer to carry it all.
Yeah. Oh.
Wife won't appreciate it when you say, "Hey, honey, I got everything in the car. There's no room for you."
Yeah. Just sit on that bag of survival gear.
Everything that's important is in the car, but there's no room for you there. Yeah, that'll make her happy. You be going to war in your own driveway.
I got freaking night vision. I got drones. I got whatever I need.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a couple of drones.
Yeah, I got the kind where you can see in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
What are you working on in that garage?
It is a table saw for that job that we got. We took some of our funds and bought a table saw because that wood flooring is very expensive. So
Yeah.
it came to, I needed a decent table saw.
Well, everybody, you're using a 1/2-inch ratchet right now.
5/16 actually.
Oh.
Hold on. It's only got a couple more turns. There we go. All right, that one's done.
All right.
Yeah, I had 2 table saws. I gave them to my buddy. You just don't have room for them.
Well, the thing is, finally got a project that will get us back up on our feet and get that container started. I went and looked at 2 of them yesterday. The guy wants entirely too damn much for them. And so I'm looking to buy a couple of containers here. Next couple of weeks, they'll be starting. That's what I've been telling Ty. Needs to get on the ball with all these projects to be self-contained, because we're going to get this up and rolling within the next couple months.
If you're going to make a bunker, you better bury them.
I can't bury them here in Florida, but I can mound up around them.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Bury them, they'd be underwater.
Yeah, I can mound up around them.
Well, because you guys got this thing called liquefaction, because you live in a lot of sand. Just case of just such an emergency, we should like put a barge underneath.
Yeah.
Can't see.
Apparently there was a quake off of Florida not about a week ago, somewhere in the ocean, just off Florida. So, yeah, that ought to be good for the sand. You get a quake out there, everything will turn liquid. Florida will be underwater.
Well, we'll fix it up so that you can stretch cables out in all different directions, and so if the sand or earthquake happen, it ain't going nowhere. It'll be up above the sand.
Well, if you seal it up enough, it'll be like a boat, like an ark.
Well, where there's a will, there's a way. But either way, it's a damn dirty shame that you would even have to think about building the bunker in the year 2024.
Yeah, no shit.
But that's the way it is. You know, they got everybody so freaking stressed out. You know, and people are telling me I need to mellow out. Yo, you just need to calm down, man. All right.
The problem, the idiots that are in power are trying to create war everywhere. They want to control the people. Their goal is to eliminate people.
Yeah, the carbon they're trying to produce is us.
It's a fend for yourself world anymore. Pay your taxes, but fend for yourself, because the government's not going to do anything. They're trying to get rid of you. They're trying to commit mass genocide. And it's the elites and the governments that are all in on it. Unfortunately, what a lot of these government people don't understand is they're not invited to the party either.
Yeah, that's the thing. You hit the key right on the nail right on the head, man. The key word to the whole thing. Antifa and Black Lives Matter, when they get their communist society that they think they want, you know, every Marxist group that's ever taken over anybody always went after the revolutionaries first because they're the ones that already proven they'll go against the government.
Yep.
You people are just useful idiots. All these people coming across the border because they're being promised a whole bunch of stuff, and now that they ain't getting what they want, now guess what they're going to be doing? They're going to be rioting.
Well, look what they're doing in a lot of these cities now. Committing crimes on, they're using the scooters and whatever to commit crimes, to steal from people, and you know they're attacking cops. And the problem is that you got to stand up and say, okay, that's enough. You got to help these cops.
Oh, I would.
I would too.
I wouldn't let somebody. You know, I'm on the side of justice. If I see,
Well, if there's 5 guys jumping 2 cops, the reality is you got to get in there and at least try to make it, you know, a fair fight.
yeah, if I see a corrupt cop doing something that's illegal, I'm gonna hold him accountable. If I see a couple, 2 or 3 guys on one dang cop, even if it's one guy and he's being attacked, I'm not gonna stand by and not let that. I'm not gonna stand by and let this happen. You know, ask my brother the way we were raised. If we're in a store and we see some guy smacking around on a woman, we're going to get involved. We're going to get involved, and we have. So
you know, I had that conversation just here recently, and they was amazed the relationship me and Ty have. And I told him, I said, well, hell, when we was growing up, we would fight amongst each other, and if somebody would step in the middle of the 2 of us, people would be hollering at them, oh, don't do that, don't do that. Those 2 will turn on you like a rattlesnake.
my family, same way. You attack one, you attack all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
You better just let them fight it out.
Yeah. That never stood. So it was one thing that we was always brought up is we don't stand by and watch somebody get their butt whooped for no reason whatsoever. We step in.
Even when a guy was deserving of getting his butt kicked, there's a limit. You don't stand there and stomp on him once you got him down.
Yeah, once he's done, he's done. Yes, it's time to back off, let it go.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times in a bar. One guy shooting his mouth off, and he's got 10 buddies. So, yeah, we got all these friends here. We're all they all stood up. And then my buddies all stood up, so the other guy sat back down.
Yeah, I like them force multipliers. Those come in handy.
And well, my brother was there too. And when the guy said, yeah, there's 10 of us, what are you going to do? Against one? My brother got up and said, yeah, it's 10 against 10.
Yeah. When you're in a bar and everybody thinks you're all alone, and then suddenly half the bar stands up and says, we got a problem? No, everything's good over here. Thanks. Yeah, they changed their attitude real quick for some reason.
Oh, my one brother was in a bar by himself the one time, and there was a bunch of guys that were shooting their mouths off. So my brother called us, and we all went down there. And those guys bailed. They didn't even want to get involved in it. They just left. So we all had a drink.
Yeah. Oh, tell them that military story about the guy that wanted to duke it out with you in the military.
Oh, the night German Polizei got a hold of us.
The one where whenever your buddy stood up and you finally was able to, you told him he's getting ready to walk away and leave it alone and all that kind of stuff, and they say you're lucky. Remember which one I'm talking about?
Well, I had so many of them because I had a high temper.
I'm talking about the guy that was trying to start a fight with you, and you was trying to de-escalate it, and all your buddies came over there and told him.
Oh yeah, Yeah, that's when with my ex. That's when she was bartending at Heine's, and um, we used to go there all the time. And this one moron, um, he wanted to pick a fight. I just basically tapped him on the shoulder and said, "You don't want to mess with that girl," and I walked away. So he come up to me and tried to pick a fight with me, and all my buddies on the back were basically standing behind me, going, "You don't want to mess with him. You don't want to mess with him. You walk away." Guy walks away, and he's staring me down the whole time, just staring me down. Comes up to me and goes, "You know something, don't you?" I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know anything." Walks away, comes back again. He goes, "You know something." I said, "Dude, you could hit me right square in the jaw right now, and I'll walk out that damn door." And he's standing there. He don't know what to say, don't know what to do. My buddies are standing back there. He goes, "Don't F with him. Don't F with him." The guy literally walks away again and leaves me alone for the rest of the day. He sees me in the commissary up on base, comes up to me and he goes, "Apparently your buddies have a lot of respect for you." He goes, "I apologize for last night." He goes, "But you do know something." I turned around and walked away.
Oh man, I tell you what, you can psych somebody out in a hurry, man.
Oh, in a heartbeat. It's idiot. You just got to stay. Most of the times, I don't want to be in a fight. I've gotten
That,
myself in numerous trouble getting in fights. You know that, Ty.
yeah,
And
that guy that pulled a three semi out, it's 380, or is it 380 little pistol? It's a 380 or 3. You know what I'm
uh,
talking
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to
about?
remember now.
Taurus. I think it's a 380, 280, 380. I don't remember. A little bit. It's like a 38 special, but they call it a 380 or something like that. I think that's the right number. Anyway, he pulls this gun out on me, right? And what all started this doggone thing was I was sitting there pumping gas in my car, and this car backs in, and Chris says, "Hey, you see that car over there?" And I said, "Yeah, what about it?" He said, "They're up to no good. They're getting ready to do something." Well, day prior, somebody busted a $200 back glass to get some $30 speakers out of the back of my car when the door was on. All they had to do was open the door and take them out. They didn't have to bust a $200 back glass, but either way they did. By the time I was down in the creek fishing with my son, by the time I got up the hill, I just saw them driving off. Either way, I was upset about that. And so I told my friend, I said, "You know what? If those suckers come running up out of there with something, I'm going to do a citizen's arrest." And sure as heck, dude comes rolling up out of there with a couple cases of beer up under. He's getting ready to jump in the car, and I spun him around. I ran across the parking lot. I spun him around, threw him up against the side of the car, and says, "I'm making a citizen's arrest, you bleep and bleep." Well, his buddy gets out of the car, and he's on the other side of the dang car. And so I didn't know what he was up to on the other side. So I turned around just long enough that this guy that I had over the hood of the car, he took off running down the street. When I spun back around, the other guy was running down the other direction. Well, I turn around and this guy has got a 380 semi-automatic pointed at me. All right. And I busted out laughing. I laughed right in his freaking face. And I hollered at my friend Chris. I said, "Hey, Chris, serpentine." And he's got a gun. The manager of the Quick Trip, he's hiding behind the building like this, looking around and seeing the guy pointing a gun at me. Here's Chris and I, we're doing the serpentine back and forth across the freaking parking lot. Hut, 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 right out in the open. If he wanted to shoot us, he could have shot us. Either way, I guess the guy felt stupid. He gets in his car and he drives off down the road, and the cops catch him a little ways up the dang road. But we go back around, and the manager, he says, "I can't believe you guys did all that."
Catching them off guard. They don't know what to do at that moment when you catch somebody off guard like that. They're dumbfounded.
I said, if that man had the heart, if he wanted to shoot me, he wouldn't have stood there. He would have done shot me. And as soon as I saw that dang gun, I knew the guy wasn't going to shoot me. So I busted out laughing, and it was just instantaneously. I laughed right in his face. I said, golly, that man's got a gun. Hollered over there to Chris. Hey Chris, serpentine.
Hey,
Oh,
that's in here.
that's why we tell you that it's amazing that we even survived our youth.
Yeah. Well, what about when I came back from the military and the police officer had to step in when we was on Nolan Road, and the guy's cussing at me and calling me all kinds of names, and I had to take care of the situation by dragging him out of the car while it's moving.
Yeah, let me tell this story because I tell it better.
I
love that first.
Ty loves this one.
We're sitting on the side of the road because Nolan Road used to be for cruising and everything. So we're sitting on the side of the road. We're on the hood of our car. This guy drives by. He sticks his middle finger up and starts calling my brother a bunch of names. All right. He gets caught at the red light. My brother, he's like instantaneously, he's almost in air. He's running so fast. All right. I don't even think he's touching the ground. He goes over there and he reaches in that car and he grabs a hold of that dude by his chest, and the freaking dude that's driving slams on the gas and peels out and takes off. And my brother has this dude standing right in front of him, and he says, "You just have to tell me why you're doing that." Here comes the cops. The cop comes over there. My brother's in uniform. He's got his military fatigues on, right? The camouflage. He's literally got this guy standing in front of him. Here comes the cops, and the cops telling him, you can't be just pulling people out of the car like that. He's cussing me out and giving me the finger. And the cop says, all right, well, we can't be doing that. So he left. The guy apologized to my brother. He got his car and took off.
The police officer asked me, how long you been in town, son? I said, not even 24 hours. How long you been gone? Oh, a couple years. He goes, well, things have changed. You cannot be doing that.
Yeah, it's funny. You see the look on the guy's face. I'm standing right behind my brother looking at the guy's face. The look on this guy's face was in sheer shock because one minute he's sitting in the car, next minute he's standing in front of my brother.
And his buddy is down the road.
Yeah, he drove off.
That's the buddy system. Get in trouble, give him your buddy.
That's a sacrifice.
Yeah. But I'm again.
Those were the days. Those were the days.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, we've lived an adventurous life. That's why we were saying, if anything happens to us, we ain't got nothing to complain about because we lived a full life. Man, you wouldn't believe half the things that we've done in our lives. I lived it all.
It's been an adventure for me too. So,
what's your favorite one, Dave?
my favorite. There's a lot.
Yeah.
The best times I had was when I was young, and I was DJing in frat houses. Those were fun.
Yeah, well, some of us in this world lived the spy versus spy world and literally served our country and did everything necessary to try to preserve the future for our children and your children. And then everything's all good. We could go to our barbecues and go to our parties and our bonfires and have a fun and just live life in peace and love and harmony. There's always got to be one jerk coming down the road that decides to be, a jerk. And so we calmly sort it out. Then we go back to the party and the barbecue and everything's all fine. But when it gets to the point where you got tons of people who never served the country, not once, now telling us how bad our country is, spitting on the flag, burning the flag, wiping their butt with the flag, disrespecting veterans, that's when things start to change. That's when the matrix gets a little dark. When you got the head of the executive branch of government can't be held accountable for his crimes because he supposedly got a mental problem, that's the straw that broke the camel's back. Because there's been many times we went to the jailhouse for fighting each other, doing the family thing.
See, the problem now is that these guys that are joining the military and they swear the oath to the country and to the Constitution don't realize that they're allowed to turn down an order that isn't right.
Yeah, you're not supposed to follow an unlawful order. If it's unconstitutional, you're not supposed to follow it.
And that's where, I mean, over here, when the convoy went on and they were talking to the military and asking the military to step in, our military said no.
As a lawman, you're obligated to keep the other lawmen in line. When they're out of line, you're obligated to step forward and say, no, you can't do that.
Yep.
And if you
But these guys,
don't step forward, then you are complicit in that crime.
yeah, and the guys that actually told the government no were being punished for it. It's like, no, it's an unlawful order. No, I swore an oath to the Constitution. I will not do this.
Do you know that
And
you can literally be held legally liable for passing up somebody who's in need? Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
If somebody gets in a wreck and you just drive right on by like it ain't no thing, you can literally be held legally accountable for that.
Yeah.
Can't remember the exact deal, but it's under the Good Samaritan laws. You know, on one hand, you're not supposed to be prosecuted for trying to do your best to save somebody's life, but on the other hand, you're not supposed to just leave them dying in the dang ditch. You don't do nothing to help them out whatsoever. As a first responder, you find yourself in positions all the time. You know, you might have to do CPR on somebody. You know, mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You know, I mean, people might have diseases nowadays. They got machines now for it. But if you're the only one there and you just let them die because you didn't even try, you could be held accountable.
Yeah, you could.
I didn't know you might have AIDS, syphilis, herpes, the gleek, the cramps, diarrhea. I don't know.
Yeah, but if you're in that area, you're in the wrong area.
Just saying, that's how ridiculous it is. It's just the damnedest thing. You know, when somebody dons the uniform, or even if they're in plain clothes, they're putting their life on the line. Just a mere notion that somebody knows that you are law enforcement. Put your life on the line. You might have arrested somebody who finally just now got out of jail is coming looking for you. You might have been a good cop that took down several bad cops, and they're looking for payback. So just by stepping up, you put yourself on the line. And it doesn't matter which job you have when you're in the military. You're a boiler technician down below the water level, and you go out into battle. Torpedo hits the under the water level, and it's now right in your face. You put your life on the line, whether it be during peacetime, whether it be during wartime. You don that uniform, you could lose your life at any given time. It's not a safe job. And for that, you should earn some respect. That you put yourself on the line, whether it be law enforcement or whatever. Security guard, security officer, bail enforcement guy, I don't know. Even the person cooking your meal, the teacher at school. You take any position of authority, you're literally putting yourself on the line. Anything goes wrong, you're the one held accountable. As a lawman, you can be held accountable not just civil, but you can be held accountable in criminal court if you do the wrong thing. So my suggestion to the lawman is don't do the wrong thing. And if you accidentally do the wrong thing, at least have the justification and the honor to fess up. Hey, hey, I made a mistake. They talk about the thin blue line, the cops all stand with the cops. No matter whether one's doing something wrong or not, you're going to stand with them. Don't turn your own in, that kind of thing. Not necessarily say you got to turn them in, but you could at least make sure that they're held accountable for their actions, whatever they did. Some sort of repercussions, especially if they done it on purpose. We've gone a long ways away from that. It doesn't say serve and protect anymore. They've literally become armed revenue generators for the state.
Yeah.
Our
Just
police
like all these
huh?
social media sites, just like all these social media sites, censoring us for sharing the truth. And like Facebook spanked me again. I didn't even get out of Facebook jail, and they gave me 6 more days.
Yep. You put yourself on the line for trying to tell the truth. Our police officers today are dressed like combat soldiers. More and more, it gets harder and harder to tell the law enforcement from the SWAT, listen to my brother's story. The code enforcement officers. They're not even police officers, have no arrest powers whatsoever. They can write you a ticket, but they have to have it signed by a police officer. Why are they in tactical gear? Why is that even allowed?
Because they're not police. If you notice the signage on the cars now, it doesn't say what it used to say, which was to serve and protect.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It doesn't say that anymore on the police cars. It's something totally different. They've become government goons.
Well, people live under the illusion that they're free until they're not.
Well, they're taking our freedom away one thing at a time, and the reality is that people are actually waking up now. We're getting the message out.
We have for-profit
Change.
prisons. What do you think of for-profit prisons, Dave?
I think they're ridiculous.
You incentivize somebody to keep those beds full. The judge might be making money every time he sends somebody to jail.
Well, that's the thing. There's so much corruption.
They don't have.
We need to clean a lot up.
They're not incentivized to rehabilitate. So
Nope.
These people come out of jail more criminalized than when they went into jail, and more likely going to end up back in jail again. So the repeat offenders.
Yep.
And if you can get them with the 3 strikes law, that means you can keep those beds full, and you get paid as a for-profit prison. You get paid for as many beds are full.
Yet, if you're an immigrant, they don't even bother. They just let you go and commit more crimes. And
Did I ever tell you about my one and only day of working in the prison?
I don't think so. No.
I just got out of the academy and hadn't found me a job as a law enforcement officer yet. So they had an application up there at the prison. And so I said, all right, well, I'll go up there and do this until I can find me a different job. So I get in there and I'm assessing the situation. And they're explaining the whole entire deal. When you come into duty, you're frisked down by the outgoing officers. Literally, you're strip searched by the outgoing officers in case you ain't carrying any paraphernalia or drugs or anything like that. I can't envision why somebody who's supposedly a prison guard would be carrying in contraband, but I guess apparently it happened. So your outgoing officers are strip searching the incoming officers. That was strike one. I didn't like that. I didn't want no part of, stripping my clothes off in front of my coworkers. Anyway, as time went, they start showing me this place, and they show me how everything's the security monitor. There's a room where they monitor all the rooms with the security, and they station one guard in every one of the barracks. So I get inside this barrack with this other officer. There's like 40 bunks, two-decker bunks all the way through this deal. A bunch of prisoners running around in their little orange suits and stuff like that. And I'm looking at this deal. So if something went wrong, it would take the guy at the camera to recognize that something went wrong and to send reinforcement. Meanwhile, I'm one guy standing against 40 guys or more. All right. Until reinforcements gets down the deal. Unarmed. All right. You got a little pepper spray. That's it. That's just going to piss them off. And so as I'm standing there, this one guy walks up and he says, "Are you a cop?" And the words that came out of my mouth did not sound authoritative at all. Which right then and there, I decided I ain't coming back. I'm not going to end up with a pencil on the side of my neck working for a job that is that damn insecure. They're like, well, it's not as bad as you think it is. And I said, well, I ain't giving them that chance. And there were 40 guys or more in one damn barracks, and you got to wait for somebody to buzz you out of the room. Wasn't worth it. Bad enough being a lawman, being out there in the car and potentially being on your own. It's anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour to possibly never that backup would get to you in time. And so you put yourself on the line out there. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of responsibility. And that depends on who's working beside you. Is this guy beside you a freaking idiot? Is he a trigger-happy gun idiot? Is he gonna do something stupid that's gonna implicate you? It's a terrible job. And you got to worry about the politics of the mayor and all the town council. They want to make the money. They want you to go out there and write the tickets. The law states that they can't put a quota on you that you have to write some tickets, and you're supposedly have officer discretion to not write a ticket if the circumstances or you feel the circumstances don't warrant one. Okay, you made a dumb mistake. I wrote you a written warning or gave you a verbal warning, and just never let it happen again. People make mistakes. Nope. This is write as many as you can. Get them on a technicality. Make as much money as you freaking can. It's crazy. It's not what it used to be. And until there's reform like that, then you're always going to have these people, these defund the police creeps, trying to blame it on the cop. There are good cops out there, whether you like it or not. There's the system, the politics is corrupt. I've seen it from the inside. I can tell you stories that'll curl your toes. But I served my country. I served with honor. That's what this is all about right here. Because I want that when my government kills me, which I fully expect that one day they will, because it's not my government. When one day I want them to know what side of the fence I was on. Literally. I served the church, I served the Navy, and I served in law enforcement. I want them to know that. This is who you violated. That United States Constitution that I swore an oath to. That I'd literally lay down my life to protect my country and my family. That's who you just murdered. So I'm not going down like a bitch. After all that I've been through in my life, I'm not going down like that. You don't have to worry about me. I'm not coming after the government. I'm not trying to overthrow my government. I'm not trying to overthrow nobody. Just leave me alone. Let me live in peace. I don't violate your laws. You don't violate mine. And we live happily ever after. But just know I will stand my freaking ground. You think I won't? Ask the bank. I stood my
I
ground
stand against
20 some odd freaking years and I got my house back. Go ahead, Dave.
we stand against the corruption.
I stand
That's
with
what we do. We stand against the corruption.
Yep. If my neighbor's in jeopardy, I'll stand with him. I'm going to stand on the side that's right. Just like I know you would. Like I know my brother would. You know, even the bully, once he gets his butt handed to him, enough's enough. He done paid the price. You don't got to take his life. You don't got to keep kicking him around. Enough's enough. Let the court do the rest. If I got to defend myself, you better best be sure it's going to hurt. But I'm not gonna be like some people out there. But I'm also going to use equal justice, a force multiplier if necessary. And just like the levels that the lawman is supposed to go by, you match force with a little bit more force. There is a such thing as excessive force. And don't call it excessive force if their training literally tells them to do certain things. It's not excessive force, it's how they were trained. So don't blame the law, man, because the system has said that you do certain things. I can explain in graphic detail of what I was taught. And what I was taught was that you need to put them down. You're supposed to unload center mass, is what they say. Cause all that blood to rush away from their head so that they get disoriented and they fall down. They don't have a chance to hurt nobody. Most folks won't survive something like that. You have to understand that that is how they're teaching your law enforcement officers. Ain't no shoot them in the leg thing. They ain't like that. In World War I and World War II, they couldn't figure out why a lot of soldiers were coming back with the same amount of ammunition that they left with. They never fired a single round. It was against their morality. Some of them were Christians and they didn't want to kill nobody. Some of them were Catholics. They didn't want to kill nobody. Some of them might have been Buddhist or Hindu or whatever. They didn't want to kill nobody. They never fired a single shot. Even in the law enforcement, there was the thing called hesitancy, where a lawman would hesitate and he'd end up getting shot. So how'd they get around that? In the old days, they used to have you shoot at a bullseye target. The closer you got to the center of that target, the more times you get a little medal that says sharpshooter. My brother's got a sharpshooter medal. You still have that, Lo?
Yep, and sniper badge.
Yep. But now, when they train the military and they train the lawman, instead of shooting at a bullseye, they had you shooting at a silhouette, a black silhouette. That's to desensitize the brain into shooting at a human being. It's easy to shoot at a target because it's not shaped like a human. It's harder to shoot at a human. If you got any kind of morals, any kind of love in your heart for humanity, you don't want to hurt nobody. But now they got first-person shooter games where people run around laughing about shooting up people. It's just a video game, right?
Well, that's the thing too, Ty, is I've had people ask me, and I've talked to ex-military, and I've talked to young ones that's been to Afghanistan and all over. And the same thing is, a person does not know until that particular moment. You can say, I'll fire and I'll shoot to kill. But you will not personally know, even with all my experience, all your experience, until it comes to that particular moment. Will you fire, or will you maim, or will you not fire at all? You will not know until that time comes. You might be the best trained as possible, and then all of a sudden you get put in that position, and at that point in time, don't fire, freeze up, whatever. Nobody knows, because you're human. You're taking a human life, and everybody that runs off the mouth, I'll shoot to kill, I'll shoot to kill. No, you won't know that until it comes down to that point in time when you're ready to pull that trigger.
Yep.
But if you pull that gun, you better be ready to pull that trigger, because at that point in time, I've got a gun pointing at me. I know at that point in time, it's my life or your life.
Yep. And the thing about it is, even if it's in self-defense, you can never go back from that. It's going to change your life.
But again, I don't know what I would do until that time comes. I know what I want to believe, but I won't know that until that time actually comes.
Yep. A lot of folks, they don't understand that. They don't understand the implications. When a man goes to war and has things that they wouldn't otherwise have done, they pay a price.
They're not being trained properly to even have that in their mind at that time. They're just, the military is not being properly trained at all. This woke system, and you have military personnel already saying that. Our military is not ready for any all-out war.
I'll tell you one dang thing's for sure: the Russian military is, the Chinese military is. The Chinese teach their children how to do things. I don't want to go to war with Russia. I don't want to go to war with China. I don't want to go to war with nobody. The whole purpose of even getting up here having these conversations is to not have to go to war with anybody, to hope that common sense literally rules the day and we don't end up in some sort of civil war, race war, all that. Nobody wants that. But you have to understand that once you push past that line, once there's no turning back, all these people that were out there instigating, you're now the target. Think about it. Who's going to be worried about protecting you personally when the rest of the damn world is gone freaking crazy? It's going to be every man for himself. It's going to be a free-for-all. You defend your own. You defend yourself. You don't want that. Go in a war zone. People want to talk about war crimes? Look at the history of the Civil War and the things that both sides were doing to each other. People talk about the atrocities that happened with the American Indian. Well, the American Indians committed atrocities as well. Both sides were doing dirty deeds. War's hell. There ain't no innocence on either side. I can say that because I got Native American in me. I got Native American blood. So does my brother. So does Dave. I can say that. I can talk about both sides of the fence. My ancestors came over and stole my ancestors' land, if that's the way you want to look at it, and ran off with my ancestors' women, vice versa. There ain't nobody innocent. The good book says, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. The sooner people get that through their thick head, nobody's better than nobody. The book says that in the last days, that people will become lovers of themselves. You put yourself above your God and your country, your family. I know my brother will literally take the shirt off of his back and give it to somebody in need. I know that for a fact, because I'm just like that. Me and my brother got into a big fight years ago. We ended up in the pokey overnight. I tore off half of my shirt in order to bandage his knee. Do you remember that, Lo?
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, and but that's what the way we were raised is. Yeah, mom didn't raise a couple big babies, that's for sure, and we definitely didn't make it easy for mom.
No.
But she is proud of both of us, how we've been raised and how we've done. And both of us have military background. Both of us have tried to raise our children the best that we can.
Yeah, and it was said that we'd never amount to nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that was said early.
Yeah.
But we proved everybody wrong. Yeah, we had our battles when we was growing up, but then we protected family as we was growing up too.
Yep.
But we made do with what we had when we was growing up. And which these kids nowadays, they've been coddled way too much. They have no idea of what it calls for to earn something, to respect what you got, respect what's given to you. There's so much that these kids need to learn anymore.
You know, the craziest thing about this whole deal is, as battle hardened and as hard as we might sound, there's a soft side to both of us. And one example was years ago, I'm driving my car down the road. All right. Well, I hit this rabbit. He wasn't dead. He was wiggling in the road, and he was still alive. Well, I felt bad. I was going to take him over to George Owens Nature Park and see if there was any way that they could save this little guy. You know, he ran out in the dark, and I thumped him with my car, but he was still alive. And I'm sitting there squatted down in front of my headlight, looking at this rabbit. A guy with a shiny 357 Magnum points it at my head, and I told him, the first thing I told him, I said, "You got exactly 30 seconds to put that sucker away before I shove it up your butt." Do you know he put it away? My wife's like, "I can't believe you said that. He had a gun."
Yeah.
Time. There's a time for everything under the sun. I told the guy, "Look, I hit this rabbit. I feel bad about it. I'm going to take him over to George Owens Nature Park and see if they can patch him up." I did. But I don't know whatever happened to that rabbit. They probably had it for lunch for all I know. But I wasn't part of that. At least tried to make the attempt. Anyway, somebody that got that kind of love in their heart, it's a hard balance when you're talking about the difference between war, combat, whether you will or won't fire if you have to, that kind of thing. So you don't know. Like my brother said, you won't know until you have to be there. But I can tell you, when the chips were down, we both stood up when the time was needed, and that's what everybody else needs as well. You need to stand up. You need to stand for your neighbors. You need to stand for your friends and your family. When this government's out of control, you need to put them back in control. Because once it all collapses, You might be able to peacefully go into slavery. But if you ever want to get your freedom back, you got to violently take it back. It's unfortunate, ain't it? You ain't gonna get your freedom back without a fight. Am I wrong?
Nope, not wrong at all.
Well, guys and gals, it's that time again. It's time to go around the table. I'm not trying to be a jerk to anybody. I'm frustrated because the supposed executive leader of the executive branch of government is not going to be held accountable for crimes he committed because he supposedly has dementia. Well, if he has dementia and can't be held accountable for crimes that is proven that he had committed, then he doesn't need to be in power, because if he's not able to stand trial because he ain't got no memory, brains, or whatever, then he's not smart enough to be sitting there with the nuclear codes. That's common sense. Anyway, it's time to go around the table. Dave, you got any last words of wisdom before we get out of here?
Use common sense. That's it.
Well, that's what we all been shouting. What about you, Lo? You got any last words of wisdom?
No, I think you covered a lot of good stuff. A lot of good points. Just everybody be aware. Be aware of everything. That's it.
Yep. Stand up for what you believe in. I believe in one nation under God. Right? That's what I think, that if we get back to God, we'll be all right as a nation. We got to hold these criminals accountable. We got to basically get back to something decent, because right now we're going down a bad road, and it ain't going to end well. It keeps going like this. Anyway, I'm going to throw the peace sign up over here for Roman. I might try to put this one on YouTube. I don't think we said anything that we weren't supposed to, but I'll put it up and see what they say.
Yeah, shift it. Backlash.
Yeah. We're not promoting violence. We're not promoting war. We're not trying to overthrow the government. We're trying to tell our government, get back in line. Do what you're supposed to be doing. We ain't got time for all this crap. Anyway, peace.